So since the majority of us were fine with our faces at younger ages and younger ages of maturity, 39, 45, 35, when we look at ourselves at that particular age, we don't just have a look, we have an anatomy that creates that look. If we take a group of 39-year-olds, they all may have different looks, but they actually have very, very similar anatomy, and we can understand what that is. The anatomy of youth is very simple. Your look, my look, doesn't matter whose look, is created by our frame, the same way the frame of a couch would create the look of a couch, and it's the whole reason we can take an older sofa and have it reupholstered and have it recreated as new without seeing a photograph of what it looked like 20 years ago. Our look is based on our frame. The frame will be different and unique in each person. It creates not only your attractiveness, it creates your facial fingerprint, your details, and your uniqueness. What sits on the frame is essentially a garment that has a thickness similar to a quilted comforter. So if we look at that garment, when we're younger, the garment will fit that frame perfectly like a glove. So another way of looking at youth is we have our frame that's our look and our identity and our uniqueness, and we're wearing a garment that fits it like a glove. The key to understanding aging is understanding that your frame doesn't change. It will at extremes of ages, and actually that study was done by a Yale faculty member named Neil Gordon. So while your frame is stable, the garment that fit it like a glove, unfortunately, is not. So if we look at the garment separately, the soft tissue of the face, the fleshy component that we're calling a garment, has the same physical characteristics of all things, pizza dough. So if I'm sitting with someone and I say, why don't you go and have a lovely afternoon exploring our town, seeing the sights, having a bite to eat, and you come back 5 hours later, what will happen to the pizza dough? Well, seeing it stretch and hang would not be surprising at all. The direction would be vertical because that's the direction of gravity. The reason why different people can age at different rates is we can have pizza dough made from different basic substrates. If we had white flour pizza dough here, 7-grain pizza dough here, and we watched both of them change over a number of hours, we would see the white flour pizza dough had stretched out to here, where the 7-grain only here. The same concepts were happening, just the rate at which it was occurring was based on the consistency of the pizza dough. It's the same with people. Different genetic profiles will have different rates of change to their face that's actually not based on your behavior. So now let's illustrate it on someone who's going to be kind enough to help us. So we're lucky enough to have one of our great nurses from the retreat, Adele, help us represent some of the concepts in facial aging that we're addressing. We discussed that the majority of facial aging is essentially that the soft tissue of the face behaves like pizza dough. Well, if that's true, what we should see, and Adele is nice enough to let us know she's 59, that on a 59-year-old attractive woman, what we see is all of this soft tissue redundancy. We see extra everywhere. And that's consistent with what we've shown in the research that I've done, that the majority of aging is essentially a stretched out face. So where youth is, we're wearing a garment or a pair of pants that fits our frame. The frame doesn't change, but the garment does. And as we'll illustrate soon, that if we reverse gravity's effects, what we're going to see is someone's youthful appearance is underneath because their frame did not change. So thank you for visiting Split Rock. We hope we see you soon.